Hello everyone and welcome back to Carina Coen channel. Apologies that I haven't been doing videos for a while. Like everyone, going through my own internal life changes, and I've been devising this facial today because I've been very inspired by MV. It's a product from Australia. And it was a little pack that I bought in a beautiful little bag. And I will be working again next week with another friend because there's a lovely mocktail you can make and a lovely tea. But in this pack was a rose mist, a rose booster, which is the oil, and a wonderful mask, which I will be using. Now, MV have their own videos, which are much more professional than mine. But as a beauty therapist, and as I recommended MV when I worked at Content in Marylebone, and I'm just in love with the smell of the rose in their products. It's just extraordinary. So today I would recommend that normally how you'd start this ritual is actually in the shower yourself, or even in the bathroom at the sink. So I use a different product to kind of get started. And it's a clarifying face bar, which was very kindly given to me by my beautiful friend Renee. Now, if your skin is sensitive, I don't recommend it because it is quite powerful. It contains coconut oil, French green clay, and cedarwood essential oil. So for many people with sensitive skin, and if you're hypersensitive, you may even have to check if rose is okay with you. You can always check mvskincare.com if you've got any questions about their ingredients. So this is what I used on my face and on my entire décolleté when I was in the shower. And it's a really good way of just clearing the face, getting everything off it, and preparing you for this ritual. But if your skin is hypersensitive, I recommend a sponge. I think it's called a Konjac Sponge, and it's a lot softer. It does the same job as a deep cleanse, but it's a lot softer on your skin. Especially those with sensitive skin, you can see even the cheeks. My cheeks are even red. All right. So we're going to start off with some of I'm going to write everything down in the feed as well, of like a list of everything you will need. And I can even take pictures and put them on Instagram so you can see exactly what's needed to do this facial. It is a bit of a ritual. It's the soothing, cooling, home, self-love rose facial. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of the MV jojoba oil. This is a very, very pure jojoba oil. There's many different jojoba oils that you can get, but I found this one, and I've recommended this to people with very sensitive skin. So I'm just putting a couple of drops, maybe 3 or 4, into the palm of my hand, and just gently pressing that on the forehead, on the cheeks, on the neck, under the chin, and even a little bit of the décolleté. Grounding yourself, rotating the shoulders, just breathing in, pressing, just gently allowing that soothing oil to do its work all over your face. Then you can use a nice soft flannel. I did dampen this in hot water, so just be careful that it's not too hot for your skin. Hold it out, let the steam come off. You can even just let the steam go over your face, and then gently pressing on the entire décolleté, and you'll feel that lovely warmth. Unless you've got heat rash, obviously then you'd have to use a cool flannel. So just gently pressing all over the neck, the sides of the face, Gently working in and around the sides of the nose, spreading out above the lips, above the top lip, under the lower lip, really just gently helping to cleanse this area. It's the central panel of the face, the T-zone that usually needs the most purifying. And jojoba oil is the gentlest to use for cleansing. Gently rolling it across like a little band across the forehead and working little circles back and forth, and very gently circles of 8 around the eyes. So now the face is ready for therapy. And as always, remember to have a towel on the lap, and a Carina Coen always has her tea. Today I have Puka Womankind. This is always a good way to start your ritual. It may seem strange recommending a warm drink in the winter, but it rebalances the homeostasis. And I will also write down the music I found on YouTube, which is very soothing to have on the background for your ritual. Our next step is very simple. It's the rose hydrating mist. So just keeping a little distance from the face, closing the eyes, and placing it all over the face. Breathing in, and just absorbing that beautiful rose. It's quite exquisite. So now we're going to get straight into the clay mask. So this is a very super fine French clay of kaolin, and I have my little fairy teaspoon, but they recommend 2 teaspoons. Now you can use any container for this, but I have the, excuse me, I have the MV little silver container, which is fantastic for mixing a mask in. Now the other little magic trick I have, it's a bit Blue Peter here. Here's one I made earlier, charcoal water. Again, I'll write down in the feed where that has come from, because yeah, there's a few little instructions for use and before you do it, if you want to do it properly. And it's ecoliving.co.uk. So I'm going to mix in a little bit of water, just a small amount first to check the consistency. You can see you're mixing it into a paste. So you can see I only used a tiny amount of water and 2 teaspoons. So now your mask is ready to apply. So just try and protect your clothes, or you could be sitting down wearing a towel, whatever. So what I'm doing for me is I'm just protecting my dress and just popping that there and another towel underneath. So MV also provides you with a mask, so they've really thought this through. It's very, very good. So I start on the forehead, just working across. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, by the way. This is fun. This is you taking care of yourself, soothing and nourishing yourself, taking time to self-nurture. Now what you will notice with clay is that it does sort of harden quite quickly. Under the nose. So what I'm doing is just applying the general load of the mask all over the face. You don't have to, but I like to go right over the edge of the lips because I love the clay to get everywhere, to really get a nice deep cleanse in the entire face. This is especially good if you've been doing any form of traveling even if it's a short journey. All the way down the face, down the neck. You can even go into a little bit of the décolleté in the center of the neck if you wish. Making sure that you take as much up of the product as you want. Now this is where you can get artistic, and that you can really make sure, because it's a beautiful brush to work with, makes it a lot easier that you can really splay the product all over the face, trying to perfect. But remember, this is fun. This is you loving yourself. This is you nurturing your skin, giving yourself some time to self-care. No judgment on yourself, no one to disturb you, just taking time out for you. Wonderful. So when you feel comfortable with that, we're going to start then our next little stage. This is where I'm introducing a little bit of what I call Carina love. So you can close your eyes if you wish and just listen to these words. This is from my album. This is called The Ocean Man God. Become young children together. Love each other's little boy and girl. Nurture that side of each other, and the rest takes care of itself. Be true, be honest. Express your feelings. Be you with this person. When they're being true, you know what you've got is real. Become young children together. Love each other's little girl and boy. Nurture that side of each other, and the rest takes care of itself. Move like music. Waves move your love. Treat him like water. Show restraint when he goes like a current. Control when you are surfing these high waves. Calm the water. Be still and peaceful. Become young children together. Love each other's little boy and girl. Nurture that side of each other, and the rest takes care of itself. Feel the heat. Enjoy the cool. Taste the salts. Go down to the bottom of the ocean. Hold your breath. Come up slowly and hit the sunshine with a smile. Enjoy this man. He is the ocean. He may be cruel and mean sometimes, but he is a powerful God, creative and life-giving. So nurture these qualities. Become young children together. Love each other's little girl and boy. Nurture that side of each other, and the rest takes care of itself. Oh, the rest takes care of itself. Yeah, the rest takes care of itself. So I hope you enjoyed the Ocean Man God lyrics. Now, for those who have very sensitive skin, I recommend that you place some water into your little mask bowl, and that's what you can use as a way of cooling down the mask. But for those who want to have a little bit of fun and try something a little bit different, I recommend an ice cube. But again, it's only really for 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's even how long it needs, because too much ice on the skin can be very burning. So I'll do that again just to show people. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's a lovely feeling. So you can finish off cooling the mask with the brush, just going back and forth. So what you're doing really is you're just softening the clay, because normally you'd be taking, I would recommend to take off a clay mask usually in a bath or a shower. So I'm just using the brush here now, especially those who have hypersensitive skin. I wouldn't recommend you try with the ice. But it's a fun thing to do. In the Western Hemisphere here, it is the summertime, so it's a great way to keep cool. Now MV also have these incredible flannels. Excuse my mess. So they have a lovely large flannel. So I'm mixing in temperatures of water here with some cool and some warm in a little bowl. Dampening the entire flannel down, squeezing out excess water, and then placing it on the décolleté. Lifting up, placing the flannel over the entire face, gently pressing into the nose area and all the T-zone, so as to gently remove. Placing back in the water. Squeezing out the excess water. Going back. Pressing the flannel over the entire décolleté. Pressing into the face gently, very gently under the eyes, going back and forth. Under the eye area, really soft. Always be gentle under the eyes, always. It's a very sensitive area. Folding over the flannel, placing over the forehead, pressing into the mask, gently moving back and forth, helping to remove any little bit of the clay. Trying to kind of find anywhere where there's little white marks. The skin is feeling fresh and cleansed, and it feels fantastic after that clay because it's a very super fine clay. Now, to make sure there's no little bits, I've dampened down some soft cotton pads. These are beautiful organic pads. I got them from Salt of the Earth, but you can get really good organic flannel pads also from Content, but many other outlets you'd be able to find, or in zero waste shops or plastic free shops. Plastic free is the new beauty. So just making sure you're just going back and forth. I tend to use the two middle fingers to clasp the cotton really well in your hands so they're very secure. And going back and forth. Just trying to make sure that you've got no little bits of mask left on the face anywhere. You will be doing this in a mirror, so you will see. It's very different doing this in front of a camera. Wonderful. Now we can have our rose mist again from a distance, closing the eyes and letting the mist fall over the entire face, and breathe. Now I want to introduce the Rose Plus Booster. Absolutely extraordinary oil. You will love the scent, you will love the rose. So I'm just taking a few drops from the pipette, popping it into the center of my palm, closing the top, and gently pressing that into the forehead, into the cheeks, to the neck and décolleté. Now I have all sorts of little tools that I like to use, but not everybody would be using these tools. You can't just use your hands, but I have a chakra tool, I have a rose quartz stone, or clear quartz. They would all be very good tools to use for this. We're just doing a very quick, it's only really going to be about a minute, and all you're doing is little circles of 8 on the forehead. Just calms down, it helps the pineal gland within, which I'd encourage people to look into. Then going up and down the center of the bridge of the nose, back and forth, very softly. Into the side of the mouth, over the top of the lips, side of the mouth and back out, and the jawline, back and forth, really helping to alleviate tension in the sides there, the masseter muscle, and back and forth, and again really alleviating tension in the masseter muscle there, and underneath, and up and down, gently, just allowing your body to relax, allowing yourself to breathe, breathing in the rose, and giving yourself some self-love. And finishing back in a little circle of 8 over the throat, helping you communicate your truth gently and confidently and safely. And so it is. Wonderful. So we're going to finish with a little bit of the Rose Soothing Protective Moisturizer. So they provide a little wooden spatula, which is very clever, so you don't use too much. So I'm just scooping out a small amount into the palm of my hand, placing the top back on the product, gently mixing into my hands, press on the forehead, press on the cheeks, and press on the neck and décolleté, and just gently massaging up and across the face and up on the forehead, and gently just down through the center panel where the least amount of product is needed, and finishing at the sides, under the ears, gentle press and release. And a final little tip, plastic-free lip balm, pepperminty, from Seance, S-C-E-N-C-E. And it's quite easy, it's like applying a lipstick. Because whatever you put on the lips goes directly into your digestive system. So I hope you enjoyed today's ritual, Soothing, Cooling, Home Self-Love Rose Facial by Carina Coen. And And CarinaCoen.com is launching this August, so you can learn more about my song lyrics and Mercarina Oracle cards. So love to you on your journey. Stay strong. There's a lot of change on the earth. Help yourself and help others. Love to you on your journey. Thank you.